What's up guys, and welcome to my channel. So with us being on lockdown, I thought it's the perfect time to just play around with makeup again. Like, I haven't had this guilt-free time to do nothing, so I thought it was the perfect opportunity to do the things that I've always been putting off and telling myself I will do it, and then just never getting to it. So here we are doing an old school makeup tutorial. So to start off with, I'm going to be using the Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless. This is the darkest foundation that I do have at the moment because I'm normally not very tan. So I'm just putting some on my brush and applying it to my face. I don't normally wear primer for myself. I just find it kind of pointless. To be honest, ever since I went on Rakuten, because I had to go on Rakuten to clear my skin, I tried all of it. I did the diet change, I did the products, I did no products, I did, you name it, I did it all. I tried these other tablets, I did zinc tablets, I went down all avenues before even considering Rakuten because I know what that stuff can do to you and I know it's not very fun. But at the same time, like, I can't be living my life with bad skin and feeling crappy about myself and wanting to change it and then doing nothing about it. I took the step to go on Rakuten, and honestly it's the best decision I ever made. The couple months that you have side effects is totally worth the clear skin that you have afterwards. But my skin is hormonal. I'm just kind of keeping my skin routine clean and my diet clean and my makeup to a minimal, just because I don't feel like wearing makeup most of the time. Even going to jobs, like if I just have one makeup in an afternoon, I can go without wearing a full face of makeup on and not feel guilty about rocking up to a client with nothing on because it doesn't look so bad. Because for the longest time, wow man, I look back at photos. I think that's a big thing. You don't realize how bad it was until you look back on your photos and see that you were actually suffering, and it really didn't do anything for my mental well-being, I'll be honest. Righty, I have not done my makeup on the floor and actually ever, especially in this house. I've never done my makeup in this room or on the floor because I have a studio set up, but my studio is a massive mess and it's on the quarantine to-do list, so I'm just leaving it until I'm able to physically tackle it and properly tackle it, because I've done like half organizations every time. I'll organize something and then make a mess in another corner and then organize something else, and so it goes. For concealer, I'm going to use the Maybelline Fit Me. This is in the shade 25. Oh, the foundation shade I used was 120, also by Maybelline. So I'm just going to apply a little bit here underneath the eyes. I've always had discoloration under my eyes, and as I'm getting older there's a little bit of pigmentation starting. It's pretty normal though. So I'm just going to be applying this where I want to kind of lighten around the face and over any areas that need extra coverage. I still need to work on lightening my scars, because unfortunately that's what's left after you finish your treatment, because acne is no fun and isn't kind to anybody. When I'm going for a more minimal makeup look with lesser coverage, I like to press the makeup in instead of swirling it and swishing it around on the face, just because I'm not using that much product. Essentially I need to stop saying essentially I'm just pressing the product into the face and letting my skin kind of absorb it, because this is a matte and poreless foundation, so I don't need to set it really. My skin isn't super dry, or super oily since coming off of Rakuten, so I'm kind of at that medium normal skin, which is lovely. So for every day, because I just kind of leave my brows to be, I enjoy using the Essence Make Me Brow. Benefit has one as well. It's just depending on the price tag of what you're wanting to be spending, because to be honest, I feel like they do the exact same thing. I've worn them both on my eyebrows and I haven't noticed a massive difference. They both work really effectively. Otherwise, I like to use one of MAC's pencils. I don't have it here. I've actually replenished the ones in my kit and not in my personal kit. But another cheaper alternative is the LA Girls Shady Slim brow pencil. It's got a spoolie on the one end, and then it's a very thin applicator, which is kind of what I'm enjoying at the moment. It just makes the application a little more lifelike and natural. I was looking back on old photos and videos of me doing brows, and I used to use like a shadow for brows back in the day, and girl, I didn't know how to feather. Like I just used to do the typical Instagram block brow, which not cute, don't like it, don't enjoy it. For the girls who it suits, good on you, but it doesn't suit majority of us. Like if I have to fill my brow in even more, it would just be excessive. Like I already have a brow, I just need to give it a little bit more shape and definition. I like to start here on my brow. I kind of draw a little bit of a line underneath to give it that definition, and then I just use very light strokes going in, feathering in the color so it just looks like little hairs. And then I do that to the rest of the brow here. Because this area is quite full, my tail tends to be a little bit more on the bare side. This side of my face, my brow is differently shaped. The years of sleeping on one side has definitely aided the lack of brow on this side and lack of eyelashes. But I was looking at old photos of me as a kid, and I always had a slimmer brow on this side. I suppose they are sisters and not twins, so it is expected. I like to accentuate an arch before extending down into the tail end of my brow. A lot of artists who've done makeup on me like to give me more of a caterpillar eyebrow. It's a little bit rounded, a little bit thicker. Not my vibe. I like a thin, skinny like tail and a little bit more of a, like, I don't know, I just like how my brows look. Like when I see my brows in the mirror, I just fill them in what I see. Whereas I do have a lot of sparse hairs underneath, so you could extend the color down further and make my brow thicker, but that's just, it's not my vibe. So I'm not going to do anything too crazy with the eyes. We'll just keep it pretty simple for today. I'm just going to opt for something a little bit more warm and orangey. This top is kind of inspirational. If I had something more like honey yellow, I would have used it, but I don't really. And a lot of the makeup in my client kit I won't use on myself. So I'm just going to work with what I have. Unfortunately, I can't order anything new, and I haven't really been interested in ordering anything new because you get quite comfortable with the products that you have when you're doing like professional makeup. So for me, I've always just kept to what I know, and I like the colors that I like the palettes that I've bought. They've been working for me, so why fix it if it's not broken? And honestly, like when I get the bug to buy something, I don't stop at just one thing, so I make sure I have enough funds to buy everything that I want and not just like one palette at a time. Anyway, this is an oldie. This is the first Jaclyn Hill / Morphe Brushes collaboration, so I'm going to go in with the shade over here on a MAC 217. I'm just going to put that into my crease. With the same brush, I'm going to go in with this orangey shade and blend that all onto the lid. Crew, that's really not attractive sound. Wow. So I'm just going to be blending the shade all over my lid into my crease and just kind of building it up with a fluffy brush because I don't want it to be packed on. I do want it to be blended out and quite soft, but also still be a pop of color and make my eyes pop. I'm sorry if the lighting keeps changing. I'm just doing this pretty late in the afternoon on my bedroom floor, so with no professional lighting. Pressure off. Let's just get that first video out, you know. On a smaller definer brush, I'm going to pick up this shade over here as an inner corner highlight. And then I'm just going to highlight above the brow bone. I've been really into that brow bone highlight again. It kind of disappeared for a long time for me, and now I'm just, I don't know, I like it. I'm into it again. I mean, we're not going back into the white under the brow because for a long time that was like the look, which was not cute. With the Essence Lash Princess, the green one. This is my favorite one. I use it in my professional kit as well. I'm going to use the Hoola Benefit bronzer to bronze up my cheek area. Absolute favorite. I just use the brush that comes with it because it's nice and soft and does the job perfectly. So for blush, I'm going to be using this Mud blush. I will link the name below. I have to take it out of the palette and my battery is flashing, so we are playing with time here. I do love blush. I feel like a lot of people, I feel like blush is very underrated with a lot of my clients. They think that they're going to look silly. I just feel like it just finishes off every look. I like rosy looking cheeks. I just think you look a lot healthier than just having like brown bronze cheeks, which a lot of clients request, which is fine, but I do prefer a nice flush of color on the cheeks. My favorite lip liner is the NYX Retractable in the shade Nude. This has been my favorite for many years. It's many people's favorite. If I was heading to work, I would just pop this all over my lip like that and be done with it, so that if it wears off, it doesn't look like I have lipstick that's come off of my lips, because I've always had very dry lips. On Rakuten it was way worse, obviously, but since being off, my lips have returned to normal. They pretty much, like, I think the second week of being off, my lips everything was back to normal actually. I'm gonna finish it off with a lipstick just because. Let's see, I'm gonna go in with Stark Naked by Urban Decay. It's just a nice nude shade. Alright, come here, alright. My cat's staring at me, it's mighty distracting. Come here. Let's get him. Come here. Oh. Come here, Roz. This Oros. He is the best kitty in the whole wide world. He's the most chilled. Everybody who comes here loves my cat. He's hungry. Look how beautiful he is. You look like you could be a flippin'... You look like you could be advertising kitty food. He's just... Look at him. He looks like a little lion. He always comes to remind me that he is here and he's hungry. He eats... He literally eats like every 2 seconds. If there was food in his bowl, he'll sit there until the bowl's empty and then hang around for more. And I'm feeding him more than enough for his little kitty butt. This was pretty fun to do. I've missed this. I used to record videos a lot, and before going on Rakuten I try to film videos. For me, being someone who never really suffered with bad acne my whole life, and it being something I'm not used to, I just couldn't look at my face being so red, so inflamed. I just wasn't happy. Like, as shallow as it may seem, it affects you. It does affect you. It affects it just affects the way that you look at yourself. I enjoy not wearing makeup. I enjoy having good skin. Obviously my skin's not perfect. I have a lot of scarring now, but it's better than it was, and I'm eternally grateful for that, and I will do whatever I need to do to look after it and maybe get it to a place where it looks even better. We shall see. But anyway, my camera is flashing at me again, so thumbs up this video if you enjoyed it. Let me know what you would like to see. Comment, subscribe. Let's see what can happen in these 21 days of lockdown and quarantine. I hope you learned a little something from this video. It wasn't too hectic. I just kind of wanted to take it back to the good old days of sitting down with no professional lighting and just playing with some makeup and distracting myself from what is going on and just having fun again. I feel like I used to sit down and do this and it was just so much fun. I enjoyed it. So I'm trying to bring that back without having the pressure of making a production. Like, this is fun, and hopefully the content is good. So anyway, with that all being said, I hope you stay safe, I hope you stay at home, and I hope you wash your hands and sanitize and just look after yourself, look after your immune system, and let's beat this thing. Let's move forward, let's progress, and let's have fun on this off time. Anyway, that's it for me. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!